Today, I'm going to be reading your burning bookish hot takes and saying whether or not I agree. So let's get into it. Stab some people. Some people are really not going to like that one. Ugh, it just grosses me out for some reason. I just don't like it. Cannot agree. Is that not obvious? No! So I posted a question poll on my Instagram story asking you guys to tell me what your burning bookish hot takes were, and these are what some of you guys said. Starting off very strong with a very unpopular opinion, and that is audiobooks don't count as reading. Let me start by saying I definitely used to agree with that because I used to be in the mindset of like, well, you're not actually like reading the words on a page, like you're just listening to it. That's different. And I still kind of see that side of the argument, but I don't know who I heard say this, but ever since I heard this, it quite literally completely changed my perspective. And it's like, what about blind people who are listening to audiobooks because they can't see the words on the page? You're just gonna tell them that they're not reading. And ever since I heard that, I was like, so valid, and I completely changed my mind after that. So I see both sides of the argument, but I do think it counts as reading. You are still intaking what the book has to offer. You're still getting the exact same words that are on that page. You're just hearing it. It's the same book. It's the same concept. It's just a little bit different. And it still counts. Again, especially for people who cannot read a physical book, or maybe you're just literally too busy and can't sit and actually read, and the main way you get to read books is by listening to them. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that that's not reading. I'm not gonna do it because I just don't believe that anymore. But I did used to. So now I have a lot of people saying around the same thing. We have, I hate smut. I hate reading smut. It just makes me feel uncomfy. There are so many ways to portray love. Sometimes smut is so cringe. Like literally so many people talking about smut, and I have to say I agree to a certain extent. I would not say I hate smut, but would I agree that there are so many other better ways to portray love in books? Yes. Would I agree that some books take it a little too far and it completely impedes on the actual emotional and mental connection that two characters have? Yes. I literally felt that way about Flawless, the first in the Chestnut Spring series. I felt like that book was purely physical based. I did not feel the mental or emotional connection between the two characters. It literally felt like all they wanted to do was and I hate that. I hate reading that in books. I want to feel that mental and emotional connection. I really do not care if a book has smut or not. I'm not gonna steer away from it, but I'm also not gonna be disappointed if a book doesn't have smut, because as long as I'm feeling the tension and the banter and the pull between these two characters, and I'm enjoying the content I'm getting with them, and I actually feel like they are like soulmates and I'm feeling the connection between them, then the smut does not matter to me. Truly. It just doesn't. So I agree and disagree, because I don't hate it, but like I agree on the other part of it. Now, I cannot personally attest to agree or disagree with this because I've never read a book by this author yet, but somebody said Emily Henry is not worth the hype, and I just had to tell you guys this because I know that is a hot take, okay? That's the whole point of this video, obviously, but like, I just know that's really gonna stab some people. Some people are really not gonna like that one. So I guess eventually we will see if I agree or disagree, but I haven't read one of her books yet. So next one says the first ACOTAR book was pure torture, but necessary for the rest of the series to fly. Personally, I have only read the first 3, but I would agree and disagree. I don't think it was torture, but I think the first 50 to 60% of that book was torture. It was so slow. It literally felt like it was dragging on. I was so it took me so long to get through that first 50 to 60%, but that last 50 to 40% of that book, oh my god, I was eating it up. I flew through it. It was so good. So the first half of the book, yeah, that kind of was a little bit torture. It was just really slow, so hard to get through, but I would say it is necessary for the rest of the series. There is a lot of world building that needs to go into these books, and just a lot of information that is crammed into that first book in order for the rest of the series to just feel seamless and go the way that it goes. So I kind of agree. I feel like a lot of people would agree with that. Someone said everyone switched up on Colleen Hoover way too fast. I remember everyone on BookTube loving her. Honestly, I would say I agree, just because I don't even know where the shift from everyone being obsessed with her to everyone hating her comes from. I don't know if she did something or said something that people don't like. I actually have no knowledge on that, but it literally felt like one day I woke up and everyone loved her, and by the time I went to sleep, everyone hated her and was like, I don't even know. That's all I can say. I actually have no idea. Saying the trope is a spoiler. I will say for some things, yes, for some things, no. If someone is describing a book by saying that it's like an accidental pregnancy, I wholeheartedly agree. That is spoiling it. Like, that is literally spoiling something that happens in the book that you probably should not know about, but I wouldn't say saying something like single parent or second chance. Just the basic tropes, I don't know that I would say is a spoiler, but more nitty-gritty, like detailed tropes, nitty-gritty is probably not the right word, but you know what I mean, more detailed tropes I would say can be a spoiler. I guess in some books saying the basic trope can also be a spoiler, but I guess it kind of depends how you look at it. But I would say for some tropes, especially like accidental pregnancy and stuff like that, that is 100% a spoiler. I really think we need to get away from even saying that that's a thing. A story with enemies to lovers can still be bad. It's not automatically good just because it has the trope. I mean, yes. Is that not obvious? Do some people actually think that just because a book has your favorite trope, it's automatically amazing? I really am hoping not. Someone said tension over smut and emotion over physical. 100% agree. 1,000,000,000% agree. I don't care about the smut. I really truly don't care about the physical. Give me the tension, the banter, the emotion. I already went into this, okay? I already did, but I felt like we really just needed to give that one its own separate time to shine. Romance equals paperback and fantasy equals hardcover. I would say I disagree only because I want a paperback no matter what I'm reading. I probably own a total of like maybe 6 hardcovers and that's it. And I own over 200 books. I just prefer a paperback no matter what the genre is. I want a paperback. I literally wanted to get Happy Place when it came out and avoided buying it just because it was a hardcover. And now the paperback is out, so I need to go buy. Actually, I just need to buy all her books, but anyways, that's a topic for a different time. Special edition books have become the new lemon hot water in the morning trend. Oof. Honestly though, you're not really wrong. I mean, I only own like one collector's edition. So if we're talking about like just the special editions where like Barnes & Noble comes out with a special edition, then like yes, I would agree because there's like a special edition at Barnes for like almost any new book coming out. If we're talking about the books that people order on like Etsy that people like rebind and like paint the edges and stuff, I would say I am seeing a lot more of that pop up, but like I feel like that is just like a whole different thing and like that is just I need the Edens. Ooh, I should actually seriously look if someone on Etsy is selling a like handmade painted and stuff set of the Edens. I think I really truly need that. I really think I truly need that. Anyways, me literally kind of proving her point. First person present tense and dual POV over third person past tense and single POV. I would agree for most cases. There are some books that I have read that are like single POV that I've absolutely loved and given 5 stars, but typically I prefer a dual POV and I prefer first person. It does something funky in my brain when a book is in third person. Like I'll still read it, but it really kind of like throws me off a little bit and I'm just like, wish this was first person. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm pretty sure that's a general consensus. I don't really think that's a hot take, to be honest. Someone said, I can't read second chances. It's the something happened years ago and I don't know and they won't tell us. Because why is that actually so true? Like that is honestly the plot line of like every second chance I've personally read is like something happened years ago. We don't know what it is. They won't tell us till the very end and we're just going along the story. Let's just be so for real. Love in other words. Loved that book. So good. Not hating on that book. So good. Love Macy and Elliot forever until I die. But that is kind of the plot line of it. Like let's just be so for real. So I can't really fault you for that. Dark romances are always a 5-star to me. That is actually a crazy thing to say because dark romance is such a huge genre. There are so many books in that genre. There is actually no way that you are reading every single dark romance that you pick up and having 5-star feelings. And like, I don't know, that just feels impossible to me. Maybe it's not. Like you rate your books how you want to rate them, but I feel like that is like just a crazy, like I feel like that's just crazy. I don't know. Like that would be like me saying every romance I read 5-star. No, some suck. Some are bad. So I don't know. I just can't agree with you that any single genre or subgenre of books should always be a 5-star just because you love it. I just don't agree. But if that's what you want to do, you go right ahead. I can't stop you. I won't stop you. You go right ahead. You do you. Crumbs of romance subplots over romance genre books. Sometimes, I gotta say, not on 100% of the time am I gonna agree with this, but sometimes I am gonna agree with this because there's just sometimes like a fantasy book or like a mystery book that you're reading and like the little crumbs you're getting of the romance is just hitting harder than a whole romance book that you have read. Why is it like that? I don't know, but like, it's just so true. It's just so true. Maybe not all the time, but a lot of the time. This one says single parent trope low-key slaps. This is something I will go to the grave on. I love a single parent trope, okay? I love reading books with a single parent, and I know some people don't because they just don't like reading books with kids involved. I am a mother. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I love being a stay-at-home mom, as annoying as it can be sometimes, because let's be so for real, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you know. It can be annoying sometimes. Sometimes I want to just sit and pull every strand of my hair out of my head one by one, but I do love it, and I love reading books about people who are single parents, find someone that is not only going to love them the way they deserve to be loved, but love their kid as if it's their own. I'm literally tearing up because I'm literally just thinking of Juniper Hill, which is the second in the Eden series. That is a single parent trope, and that is actually like my favorite book I have read to date. That book just did something to me. Oh my god. Cannot. That book really did something to me. I can't. So I agree. 100%. I will go to the grave on it. I will not tolerate single parent trope slander. I won't. I won't. Someone said, I didn't like Icebreaker. So many random stuff happened with no true tie-ins to the story. I disagree. I'm sorry you felt that way. I loved it so much, and I just don't agree that the things that happened in that book were like random and had nothing to do with the story. I feel like the story had a pretty clear plot line and it went with it very well, in my opinion. And I'm sorry that you felt differently. I just cannot agree with you. I just can't. I never will. I loved that book so much. So much. But it's okay that you feel that way, I suppose. I usually get bored reading romantasy or fantasy, too much world building to learn each time. Wow. No, I actually really hate that for you, because there is something just so special and so good about a romantasy or a fantasy that has like subplot of romance, or even just a fantasy in general. I understand that the world building, especially in the first book of a series, can be so hard to get through and it's just so hard to like latch onto. But like once you get past the world building, oh my god, it's so good. Literally, ACOTAR is such a good example, but there is so many fantasy books out there that are so unbelievably amazing. So I cannot agree with you there. That is actually that is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Someone said, it's not about how many books you read in a year or month, but the quality of them. P.S. I love you. I love you more. Literally love you more. But I would agree. I mean, I do have a goal of like how many books I want to read like roughly each month and how many I want to read in a year. But I do agree, like if you are reading like 200 books in a year, but 100 of them are like 3 stars or lower, like I feel like you're kind of at that point just like wasting your time because you didn't love them that much, you know? Not like wasting your time, but maybe you could have put your time more into more books that you would love. But also some people just like reading a lot of books, whether they love them or not. So if that's you, that's totally cool. But like I can't imagine like getting to the end of a year and being like, oh my god, I read 200 books, and then being like, but 100 of them were 2 stars or lower. Really hated at least half of them. Like I can't imagine doing that. Like that would just make me sad. That would make me so sad. I read for enjoyment. I read for fun. So anyways, I hate heavily annotated books. Cannot agree. I guess it really depends how you do it. I love annotating books. I love how they look when they're just so annotated with tabs and highlighter or little doodles or little comments. Like I love it. Give it to me. Give all of it to me. Now sometimes they are done really just not cute and aesthetically pleasing to me, and it just messes with my brain. But sometimes if it's done right, it is stunning. Kindle over physical books. Depending on my mood, I would agree or disagree. But I would also say, no, I would actually say depending on my mood, I would either agree or disagree. That really just truly depends on my mood. How many times am I gonna say it depends on my mood? I don't know, but it depends on my mood. But I do love a physical book, but like sometimes they're just inconvenient. How do you say that word? I don't know. Dude, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. What? James over Aaron and Adam. Don't know who any of these 3 people are at all. Don't know what book they're from, what universe they're from. So if someone would like to let me know down below what they're from, because I don't want to look it up and get spoilers, let me know. But there's that for those of you who know the reference. I do not. I have one person saying epilogues are boring and one person saying I love epilogues. What side do you fall on? Let me know. Do you love epilogues? Do you hate them? I would say sometimes I feel like, I really could just skip this if I didn't love the book that much, but I'll still read it. And then sometimes if I like absolutely loved the book, I want that epilogue. I want to get more of the story. Really kind of just depends how much I loved the book. Plain and simple, super easy. The romance in Fourth Wing, only read that one, sucked. I haven't read Fourth Wing yet, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna hate that. So I had to say it. I don't mind permanent stickers. So first my brain went to like sticking a sticker on like your Kindle, and then my brain was like, no, she means when people put the stickers in their permanent. Oh my god, ew, that bugs me. That actually truly bugs me. I hate stickers on books. Wow. I'm glad you don't mind it. Your life is easier that it doesn't bug you, but it just grosses me out for some reason. I just don't like it. I really don't like it. The last one is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan was a waste of my time and trash. I will die on this hill. Listen, okay, let me start by saying, when I first read this, I think I gave it almost a 5-star. Looking back, I don't love it that much. You can feel like it's a waste of your time, but also they pretty much tell you how the book is gonna end at the beginning of the book. So like, did you kind of do it to yourself? Like, I mean, let's just be so for real. I mean, maybe everyone did not pick up on the first chapter, them literally basically telling you how the book is gonna end, but I would say it's not my favorite book. It is not the best book I've ever read. I actually forget that I read that until I see someone talking about it. So like, I agree and disagree, okay? Because like, the middle of that, like the majority of that story was kind of like, looking back, it was kind of just a little boring. Okay. Anyways, that's all. That is all of your guys' bookish hot takes that I'm gonna be reading today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I hope you found enjoyment in it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already, because we have a lot of fun over here and we want you to join the fun. And with that being said, I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. No, that's not what I said. Not the pinky out. And like, now personally I have only read the third, but I know there is some people who also didn't like, wait, I don't even know where I was going with that. Never mind. Saying this, whoa, I wouldn't consider that necessarily. Actually, if a book, I will say, actually, I don't even know. Okay. Someone it actually truly really does bug me when a book is in third POV. I feel like that just, yeah, that wasn't right. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. Yeah, no, I actually like really just, I actually black out when I film sit down videos, because what just happened? I actually don't even remember a single word that I just uttered. So another day when we don't disagree, and when the sun's shining regardless if you do believe. Hey, still awake, and in the morning when I see your face, need you more when you go, I need you more.